Hello, I'm very pleased to share my December daily finished December album 2024. There we go. It's the finished album itself. It's pretty huge. I've got my 2024 on the spine there, just in little alphas, and it's pretty big, but it's not ridiculous. You know, I've had worse. This album is a Simple Stories album that was new for 2024, I believe. And I have used a mixture of two collections. One is a Simple Stories Santa's Village, and the other one is Deck the Halls by Cocoa Vanilla Studio. Here, and I've tried my best to alternate the pages, but it hasn't always worked out that way. But yeah, okay, so I'm going to start off here, and inside front cover, I've got a family photo. Now, I don't normally do this. I don't normally put anything on my inside cover, but this time I have. And then we move on to the pages now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay, I have a bit of a glare, unfortunately, but we'll see how we go. So most of my pages, I've done the whole thing outside of the page protectors. So I've made my own little page tabs. It's just a cut file, and I cut loads of them every year. And then I stitch everything around the edges, and therefore stitch them in place. Yes, some of them get a bit bent and broken sometimes, and I can just replace them. So that's how I generally do that. Lots of people have asked me about my page tabs. That it's literally just a little cut file that I put together from a page tab, and then I put a hole in it and I stuck two together. So I just created it myself, but very easy to use. I'm more than happy to send it to anyone who wants it. Okay, so day one, and they've got my photo in there and some journaling on the back there. You see all the French knots on here. Day two is in a frame, and got two bits in here. Photo on the back of that one. That's nothing on the back there, but some journaling there. Day three is a cocoa vanilla spread, and I have two little bookmarks effectively with photos and journaling. Day four. This isn't day four. This is just a filler large photo. So I had lots of large photos printed, and some of them worked out on the days and some didn't. So some of them are just extra photos. So that's an extra photo, as is that one there, which is my Christmas tree, and a little scene down here. Then day four is the day I made this cake. So this was my day four that I'd already made, my base page, but of course didn't really have room for a photo, and it needed bigger than just a little tiny square, which is what I had in mind. So, you know, I just adapt my pages, even though I've planned that one for day four. This is what I did on day four, and I wanted to include it. So I just made an extra little page, which is a 6x4, added my page tabs and added my photos. And then on day four here, I just did some handwritten journaling in there to go with it. Day five is all these little tags, which are so cute. And I've just got photos stuck underneath them and some journaling under there. Day six was a big photo, and that worked out. That was the day at the school fair, meeting Santa. And then day seven, just the one little photo there, cocoa vanilla spread. Day eight, we did quite a lot of things on day eight. So I've got flip up that I made. So initially when I made this page, it just had one flip up, but when I added the photos, I took it off and added some more pages. Bring that down. So here we go. What the elves got up to, some journaling, picture of lots of money to count. I did lots of counting of coins that day, and another journaling or decorative page, some fantastic Duplo creation, and then a photo of me and Sophie. So I wanted to include more than one photo, so it didn't work unless I added some more pages to my flip. So that's what I did. Day 9, very easy page, quite cute. I love the little rub on there in the middle. Day 10, I wanted to include 2 photos, but I had no room for journaling, and I just didn't want to write over either of these. It just didn't quite work. So under this photo, I created just a little pocket just by putting adhesive on 3 sides, and then I've used a little piece of ephemera as my journaling on the back. Then page 11 is the school play. So cute. And then I've got again, no room for journaling. So I made a little card to go behind the photo as a pocket. That should be stuck better, but isn't sticking too well. I might have to rethink that at some point. Cat page. Again, an extra photo, nothing, it wasn't a particular day, but I've just popped that in there, and she's on the back as well, playing with the Christmas decorations through the stairs. And then page 12 is the day that I made my wreath. So I get one every year, sent in the post, a kit from Jo, as in Jobo Creates. You'll probably all know her, Jo Boland, and she has a lovely floristry business called Jobo Blooms, and I get my wreath from her, and I love making it every year. So here is the finished wreath, but under here you can see I just pulled that out of that pocket. I have made a little booklet, a mini album. It's not quite a mini album, it's just one sheet with all the photos of me making it, and then I have my little journaling tag there. All right, so that's just a nice little extra way. I watched Elf while I was making it, that's why it's on there, and the cat came along and played with the string, so that was fun. So that was a really nice little extra touch to get my details about my wreath making in there. Day 12. Day 13 was we just went out for some bowling, so that was fun. That was some friends. We also that day went to the pantomime, but I didn't have any decent photos of the pantomime, so I just included the flyer, which I sewed around and added page tabs to. Day 14, I've got a little pocket with some tags. I did some scrapbooking organisation that day. And then day 15 was a pretty quiet day, and I've gone with this circle theme, so I've got just added a little circle photo in here and added my journaling on there. Day 16, Sophie made brownies, so hence the big brownie photo there. My mum looked at this and she was like, oh, is that some mud? I was like, no, it's a chocolate brownie, so hopefully everyone else will get that. And there she is cutting them up. Day 17, I went shopping, and that's me in the town centre with a lovely little floral display. Day 18 was the Santa lunch at school, and I helped with that, so it was really lovely to get some photos of my boy with Santa. Then day 19, I had this page planned for 3 different events, and it worked out quite well. I fell down the stairs, proper bumps down, only halfway, proper bumps down on my bottom, halfway down the stairs, and absolutely jarred all of my back and my shoulders and everything. So anyway, that had to go in, my little boy's creations, and then the film that we watched in the evening. So that was cool. This is an extra page that I put in because I wanted to include these photos of these little decorations. These are new for this year. I got them both at the school fair. These were actually made, they're little pegs, and they were made by my son's teacher. So I wanted to include those. And then this rock was painted by one of the year 6 children who was selling items at the fair. So I thought that was really cool, and I love it. So that's gone on there as well. Day 20 was a pretty quiet day, but I've got a couple of little photos there and some journaling there, and a Christmas list here. Then day 21, just 3 little photos there. Then this guy here he's also new for 2024. He's massive, so he deserved a large photo. And then I always love photos of baubles, so I took a load of those, and then included. This is my photo from day 22, even though this photo and this photo don't relate to day 21 or 22 specifically. But I couldn't make the photo work with the houses, so I turned it into a journaling page, put Merry and Bright down the side, and added my photo over here. So that all worked out quite well. Plus, he's in this room, which is decorated with these baubles, so that kind of worked. Day 23 is a flip up. Can you see that? Colin the caterpillar cake. Now my Colin the caterpillar photos never look like the promotional ones ever. They always look really odd in the frame. I don't know why, I can't figure it out. So I just downloaded the official one from Marks and Spencer's. And there we are playing board games, which was really fun. Day 24, Christmas Eve, we went to an escape room, which was really great fun. I've never done an escape room before, and oh my God, I'm not sure I'll ever do one again. And we also made cookies, so that's what that photo is. And then this is the little booklet to go with all the loads and loads of photos we have of the escape room. So it was called The Great Elfscape. I tried to do some lovely handwriting like Lisa Griffin and failed. It's just about okay, but I would rather cover that up somehow, but I'm not sure I can now. We'll see. So just a very easy little booklet. It's just 2 pieces of card, as you can see there, and I've just sewn it together at the middle. So created this little book and photos, journaling, photo, more photos. All right, so that just sits, and that's the main photo of us there. So that's cool. That doesn't come out, that's stuck on the back. So day 24, day 25, the big day, Christmas day. So obviously I have a big photo there, but then I have more photos from the day. I always do my Christmas day as a double page spread. So there we go. Can you see all of that? There we go. So I kept my photos minimal over here, but then I've included a big pocket here with some of the different things we did throughout the day. So the elves left us some photos and a message. Tiddler was on TV, which is was my little boy's favourite book for ages, and there he is wearing his Tiddler costume watching it, and just a nice photo of us and some journaling. So that all has gone in there. Then on to after Christmas now, so day 26 being Boxing Day. I really struggled with this page. I couldn't figure out where to put my photo. So in the end, I tucked it behind this big piece of ephemera and photo, and then journaling on strips down here. Then day 27 is a big pocket page with a specialty paper. So inside the tags, inside the pocket is 3 large tags about our journey. We set off that day to go on holiday, so they're all in there and all decorated. Whoops, they're alive. Which way around do they go? That way, and that way. All right, and some little bit of journaling, but not a lot. It was more about all the details that we saw. So they all live in there. Then here, this is actually... So this is where I got a little bit confused, because I made this lovely feature page that I wanted to show and not put a photo on. And I thought, that's okay, I'll put my photo on the back. So that is day 28, me scrapbooking in Lanzarote after Christmas. Happy days. But then I also wanted to include this photo for day 28. So that's day 28 too, but you know, that's fine. And some journaling tags there. So they're just tucked behind the photo, and that fab shaker pocket there. Then my photos already said about that one. Then day 29 was swimming pool. It was lovely. Then day 30, Sophie decided to make a dress. She'd been making it the whole holiday. Well, we only got there like 2 days ago, but she started making her dress and spent the remainder of the holiday, because we were there quite far after New Year, making this dress. It's amazing, actually. I think I've got a layout coming up about it soon. And then day 31 is just a decorative tag there, but this is the photo that goes for day 31. But I also wanted to include photos from New Year's Eve night out as well, so I made an additional page to go on the back just with those 4 photos. I was really running out of stuff by this point. And then this is then just my back final page, like my goodbye page effectively. So that is my December daily completely finished, or December album finished for 2024. So you probably know that I make my base pages first and then I make my photos fit. It's quite a process, but I always love doing it. It's one of my favourite projects of the year, and I'm very pleased to have it done before December. All right, there we go, all done. Thank you for watching. See you next Christmas. Bye.